Good morning. You're joining us live here on India Today's social media handles. I'm Akshita Nandagopal, getting you all the top stories that we're tracking this Monday morning. What's dominated headlines in the last few weeks has been, of course, what's been playing out in Maharashtra. So I'll just tell you that today, right now, as we speak, the floor test is happening. The numbers at this point are in favor of Eknath Shinde, but there are a lot more aspects that have to be considered here. There are a lot of takeaways from the floor test that's happening right now. Because while the numbers may be with Eknath Shinde, as we've been highlighting here on India Today, that beyond the political crisis, it's a crisis within the Shiv Sena and the fight over who the real Shiv Sena is. And this fight will be reflective of that. How? Because of the fact that you've got a few of the MLAs who are still with Uddhav Thackeray, who in all likelihood will vote against Eknath Shinde in the floor test right now. But if they do that, they face disqualification. Why is that? Because essentially the new speaker who's been brought in, Rahul Narvekar, over the weekend, is with the Shinde BJP side. And he's already served a notice to the Uddhav Thackeray-led Sena, saying that they will face disqualification if they don't follow the current whip's order. Bharat Gogavle, who's with the Shinde Sena, is the whip. So it's as simple as this. They defied the whip's order on the speaker's election. If they do it again, it will mean sure short disqualification. So in this trust vote, they have to vote for Eknath Shinde, or they can choose to be loyal to Uddhav Thackeray, in which case they could face disqualification. So it's a bit of a catch-22 situation for them, as you can make out. And after one setback at the Supreme Court, another legal setback, now this too hasn't gone Uddhav Thackeray's way, because the one trump card he had was the Deputy Speaker, Narhari Zirwal, ruling in his favor. That's no longer happening because the speaker now is Rahul Narvekar. In all things not looking good for Uddhav Thackeray, which is why some members of parliament are now suggesting a truce formula. They're saying let both sides come together, enough of this kind of a fight. So we'll see whether that works out, because what we're hearing right now is that neither side is for any sort of reconciliation or any sort of patch-up. They believe that each of them is the rightful heir of Bala Sahib's ideology and that they are the real Shiv Sena. So trust us here on India Today to get you every single update on that story. What are the other top stories that we're tracking through the day? Today, importantly, the Gyanvapi issue comes back in focus. It's a controversy, of course, that you're not new to, that I don't need to explain to you or elaborate in great detail. But today at 2 p.m., the Varanasi District Court will be taking up this matter all over again. So they're going to be resuming their hearing. They had, in fact, they'd adjourned because of the holidays, and now they're reconvening. So at 2 p.m., they'll be hearing this matter, and they have a tight deadline because the Supreme Court also will be looking into this issue. In a matter of weeks from now, the Supreme Court will take up the issue, and earlier in their previous hearing, the top court made it clear that the Varanasi court must finish their hearing before the top court takes this up. So this will be a time-bound hearing that happens in the Varanasi court. Today, essentially, what we're expecting is that the Muslim side will be, in fact, taking up their arguments. They were arguing before the court adjourned, and now they will continue, finish their points, and then you'll see more arguments taking place from the Hindu side as well. So we'll be tracking that very closely. Let me again remind you that 2 p.m. is when that particular hearing kicks off. Now, there is also the issue in Amravati of Maharashtra. We told you last week about the Udaipur beheading. What's horrifying is that, believe it or not, there's been one more such incident that's been reported in Amravati of a chemist, again a man, who had put up a post backing Nupur Sharma. And apparently, if you put up a post supporting Nupur Sharma, you can pay with your life. Two such incidents that have been reported now, Udaipur beheading and this one. Now, in this Amravati case, we understand that 6 accused have been taken into custody. Today, the NIA, much like in Udaipur, here too the NIA has stepped in. The National Investigative Agency is going to be seeking custody of the accused. This man who's been slain, Umesh Kole, was murdered because of a post that he put up backing Nupur Sharma on her comments on Prophet Muhammad. And clearly this entire issue has become an opportunity of sorts for extremists, for radicalists. I won't call them anything else, because that's exactly what they are, resorting to violence, resorting to murder. And all of this because of these people just putting up social media posts. As far as the Udaipur case is concerned, the investigation is still going on. But one story over the weekend that, led to so much talk is an India Today expose where we highlighted one of the accused, Mohammad Riaz, was trying desperately to infiltrate into BJP's ranks. Why? because reportedly he was told to target top BJP netas again in retaliation for what Nupur Sharma said. So that of course has led to a lot of focus being on what Mohammad Riaz's links to the BJP were, in the sense that how far did he manage to penetrate, who did he manage to get in touch with, etc. That's being looked into as well. But that expose that we did here on India Today became a huge talking point. Some political parties also waded in, saying that the BJP's link has emerged in this particular case. So that's a story that we're tracking very, very closely here on India Today as well. The Amaravati story also an absolute shocker that we'll get you the latest updates on as far as the investigation